welcome to Sheeran Guitar Tutorials. My name's David, and today I'll be doing a quick lesson on what I'm assuming is the studio recorded version of A Little More off of Ed Sheeran's album Play. And I say it like that because technically the song has not come out yet as of posting this video. So I'm guessing a little bit here, but most, if not all of this, should be correct. And if I learn something new about how to play the studio version of this song after I post this video, check the top of the description below for updated notes. If you'd like a tutorial on how to play the live version of this song using a loop pedal, there may be a card on the screen now to jump to that. If there isn't a card on the screen right now, that just means I haven't had a chance to make that video yet. But rest assured, it's coming. So be on the lookout for that. Now then, you'll need your guitar in standard tuning and you won't need a capo. However, if you want to play this song with easier chords, put a capo on the 3rd fret. Let's jump on in. So starting with the chords, there are literally 2 chords for the whole song. So starting first without a capo, the first is an A sharp bar chord, which is played like this. And the next is a C minor 7 bar chord, which is played like this. So those 2 chords are literally it for the whole song. If you're using a capo though, you play a G major 7 in place of the A sharp, and the G major 7 would sound like this. And you'd play an A minor 7 in place of the C minor 7, and the A minor 7 would sound like this. Moving on to the strumming, it's basically the same pattern played throughout the whole song, and it just sounds like this. To play that along with an A sharp chord, it would sound like this. Now you'll notice 2 strums are underlined. That's just to show you that you should try and mute your strumming for those strums, either by unfretting the chord, by loosening the pressure in your fretting hand. So if you have an A sharp minor chord, you just kind of loosen the pressure in your fretting hand to kind of mute that, or by muting the strings with your strumming hand. So kind of as you strum down, you would mute the strings with your right hand there. Either way works. You'll also notice 2 strums are bolded. That's to tell you to try and emphasize those strums to make them just a little bit more louder. So just to show you the difference, with the bolded and underlined strums, the strumming pattern would sound like this if I were to play it on an A sharp chord. And without the bolded and underlined strums, the strumming pattern would just sound like this on an A sharp chord. So you can see that the muting and the emphasized strums give the song the rhythm that you want. So now getting into the song, and it's essentially one chord progression played over and over and over again for the entirety of the song. And that's what's shown up on the screen now. So you just play the strumming pattern that we just went over twice for the A sharp chord, or twice for the G major 7 if you're playing with a capo on the 3rd fret. But to play the pattern twice for the A sharp bar chord, it would sound like this. And then twice for the C minor 7 or the A minor 7 if you're playing with a capo on the 3rd fret. And so that's really all there is to the song. So just to play that progression a couple times through, it would sound like this. And so like I said, that's literally the entire song. You just play that progression over and over again. So the last thing I'll do in this lesson is maybe offer some suggestions on how to add a little dynamic variation to playing the song. But these tips I'm about to go over are by no means required. So if you don't like them, just leave them out. So first, looking at the 2 verses of the song, something you could do is add a little palm muting and play that chord progression 2 times. For those that don't know, palm muting is done by laying kind of the fleshy bit of your strumming hand kind of near the bridge of your guitar. And it kind of gives it a little muffled sort of sound. So instead of just palm muting makes it sound like this. So to play that chord progression with a little palm muting, it could sound like this. For the pre-choruses, you could just play quietly without palm muting, just to keep the volume a little low as you build towards the chorus. But again, that's totally up to you. You just want to make sure you go through the chord progression 2 times for both pre-choruses. And so for the 3 choruses of this song, you just straight up play the chord progression we went over in section 4 times through. The only other part of the song that might be a little different is when you get to the bridge. And so I have some notes shown up on the screen now. So what you could just do is just play a single down strum for the A sharp chord, and then a single down strum for the C minor 7 chord, and then repeat that 1 more time. So the whole bridge could sound like this. Or you could just keep playing the same strumming pattern we've been playing for the rest of the song. It's totally up to you. And so that's the whole song. So it's really up to you how you want to play it. At this point, I normally do a whole playthrough of the song, but since it's the same thing over and over again, and I already did that for about a minute back in section 4 of this video, I won't be doing a full playthrough now. But refer back to section 4 of this video if you want something to practice and play along to. And so that's the entirety of the lesson. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and check out all my other Ed Sheeran tutorials. I'll have many more play tutorials to come in the very near future, so be on the lookout for those. Thank you.